Hey there, you're watching Alexa. Welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'm doing the first update to my 2022 Pan Those Eyeshadows. This project was started by Alexi here on YouTube. Unfortunately, I don't think she's participating in this project this year, but she did last year and a couple of years prior, so there's plenty of playlists to catch up on if you haven't seen it already. Today's video is actually a collaboration with Luísa Alves, who is also doing Pan Those Eyeshadows here on YouTube. She's doing her first update as well, and we sort of bonded over the fact that we had similar color stories last year at the beginning of our projects, and we both really enjoy this project because it has just been our most popular Project Pan series on each of our channels respectively. So I would love it for you to go and check out her channel, leave a comment, let her know that I sent you. She's absolutely stunning, and if you enjoy the kind of looks that I wear, you will love what she does. She's really talented. We both got sick of pink/purple-ish eyeshadows last year, and clearly I'm still rocking it now. Just kidding, not sick of it, but I will link her channel down below so that you can go check it out along with the video. And without further ado, let us get into this month's update. Full disclosure, this has not been my best month in terms of usage at all, but I completely anticipated this in the introduction. If you watched it, you know that I put a 10 usage goal on each shadow, which is pretty low. And because it's a really busy season for me, work from home wise, and also it's been so cold outside, my city went through a second curfew and lockdown in the beginning of January. I just really haven't found as many excuses to wear makeup, although I should just be wearing it at home to do nothing. It does take time. So basically what sometimes stops me is the monotony of every day and just laziness in general, because it just means that I've got to rewash my face, top up my skincare, and so forth. Despite all of this though, I have been absolutely loving the color story that I've gotten. I especially enjoy the shade On from the Sample Beauty palette, the Equalizer Volume 2 that I've been wearing, because that shadow is so multifunctional. I am wearing it in my crease here. It can kind of be sheared out to be a purpley-ish kind of pink, and when I mix it with the other colors that I have from Urban Decay, which are mostly sort of metallic shades like Buzz and Dirty Talk, it looks absolutely stunning. Then there was that lilac shade from Pixie, which was dusty and kind of patchy, which I suspected from the get-go. That is fine. I didn't love that shade in terms of its performance, but I did really like popping it in the crease, as you will see in today's look. So I'm just gonna quickly go over the shades that I rolled in. I had this third shade from the Pixie Amethyst Aura palette. I used that a total of 7 times. Next, from the Naked 3, I have the shade Buzz, which is right down here. I used that 7 times as well. Kind of matches my shirt. Then we have the Urban Decay Naked Heat, and in that palette I rolled in the shade Dirty Talk, which is this one right here. It does not have pan, I don't know why. It's looking like it has pan in the viewfinder, but it just has a dip that kind of gives off a strange shine reflect. Following that, we have the shade Day and On, which are both from the Sample Beauty Volume 2 Equalizer palette. And I have been crazy about the shimmery shades that I use as toppers on my eye looks. Like today I am wearing a little bit of Zone topped up on the center of my lid, and it's just so pretty. So I wear that on top of Dirty Talk from Urban Decay. So On that deep kind of purpley shade I used 7 times, Dirty Talk from Urban Decay I used 8 times, and Day I used 6. Since I didn't make my goal of the 10 usage, I know I'm going to make it for at least a couple of the shades next weekend, or at least by next weekend. So I'm actually gonna go ahead and roll colors so that I don't linger on the same shadows. If I do for any reason go over the 10 uses with the new shadows, I'm just gonna keep them in until the end of the month. I think that that is not gonna happen, if I'm entirely honest, because I'm really busy with work right now and I'm only doing my makeup 3 times a week tops. So I'll be rolling in 3 older shades, and they are going to be on that pretty random app. 335, 124, and 138. And then let's do the newer shades, which will be shades 459 through to 585, and that'll be just 2 of the newer shades, 484 and 531. I have the list right here. The first is shade 124, which is Urban Decay Undone. It comes from the Naked 2 Basics, and it is the shade, the darkest one in the palette right here. I think I could use this as a liner shade or to fill in my brows. Not entirely worried about getting 10 uses in this. So that's nice. The next shade I have is from a Maybelline palette, Cooler Toned Nude right here. So I'll be using this at least 10 times. And the shade doesn't have a name. It's just eyeshadow 1 of look 2 in, you know, on the back display here. Oh, I forgot about this next shade. I don't know what it is about Pan Those Eyeshadows, but this palette just keeps randomly creeping into my project. I have rolled in this shade right here, which is actually the only shade that well, one of the only shades that I didn't hit pan on in this palette. It is the red in the Rosé in the Air palette by Wet n Wild. I do have several pans in this already because it was in my project pan for 2020, and then I rolled it in a couple of times, I think, or maybe just once. I think it was just once last year in my Pan Those Eyeshadows in the beginning of the year. And it's funny that this would happen now because this is precisely the kind of color story that Luísa and I kept getting stuck with last year. That's so weird how that happens. The next shade that I rolled in is again from the Sample Beauty Equalizer Volume 2 palette, and I got the shade Love this time, which is actually right beside On, so that's kind of funny. I originally had it as Love Letter in my spreadsheet, but I think that Excel auto-filled Love Letter because I have Love Letter from ABH like way before. And this palette only has singular names, like there is Stripping, Tan, Bitter, O'Clock, and like Tan, O'Clock. The shadows that go together make like one-liners, like Warm, Smoky Eye, Love, Bite. But yeah, that's the spiel on that. It's a brown shade, so that should be fine. And the last color that I rolled in, which I'm super excited because it is from the Age of Opulence palette from Beauty Bay, and it's one of my newer purchases, of course. I got the shade Decadent, this one right down here that I'm super excited to use. So I'm gonna go ahead and show you the swatches of how that color story looks. Like, I'm not sure how this is gonna look, but I'm sure it's going to be completely different than what I have going on now. I'm kind of over purples right now, and it's just kind of weird that this is happening right before Valentine's Day, but I think I'll survive. Okay, well, this is not my most coherent color story, if you can see, but I think it's workable, and if I do cheat a little, if I work in a few uses from Naked Heat, Talk Dirty, and the Naked 3 Buzz, I could make a couple of uses with these two guys. They are a little bit similar, although one up here is lighter than this guy from the Sample Beauty. I can't remember the names right off the bat right this minute, but you'll see in the close-up Maybe. I don't know. Can't make any promises. So what do you think of my color story? Let me know in the comments down below. What kind of looks would you do with this? Have you gotten shades like this before if you're participating in this project? Also, don't forget to go and say hi to Luisa for me. Thank you so much for watching this video, and I will see you in my Partners in Cream, which I'll be posting on the 10th. Bye!